Shalom. Shalom, Yeshua. First and foremost, I want to start by giving all praises, honors, and glories to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Ruach Kwadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone for teaching 100% truth. Wa Barakathum to the 144,000, as well as the rest of the elect. May peace and blessings be unto your households. It's your brother Gadal from the Great Millstone Dazzlebread, and in this in-transit lesson, it was going to be some, pretty simple. That we're just going to get into basically the purpose of you being here, ultimately. As it says in Ecclesiastes chapter 12, verse around between 11, 10 to 13, around that area. It should say, let us hear the conclusion of the whole matter. The whole duty of man is to fear the Most High and keep His commandments. Right? That's our job. That's what we have been put on the planet to do as men. And pretty much the same thing as a woman, because the woman is of the man. But as far as woman, the way you serve the Lord is by ultimately serving your husband, right? As it says in Ephesians chapter 5, verse 22, read on down to verse 23, 24, around that area. If I'm not mistaken. How it goes into how I'm pretty sure it says wives, submit yourselves to your husband as you do to the Lord, right? So you're supposed to be, as far as women, you're supposed to be submitting yourselves onto your husband. And if you don't have one, of course you should be looking for one. But if you don't have one, then yeah, you just fear the Lord and keep His commandments. That's literally that's what we've been put on this earth to do. As man, is just fear the Most High and keep His commandments. Right? Being obedient unto our power. Right? Because the Lord, He's only the power of the nation of Israel. He only chose one nation out of all 18 nations. Right? I know it's in Sirach, how it goes into how He look at the other nations as spittle. Just spit. Alright? So our whole job, the whole reason we were put on this planet is to fear the Lord and serve Him. Simple as that. People would be like, man, I don't understand I'm trying to find my purpose. Your purpose is to serve the Lord. Fear Him and keep His commandments. That's it. Shit, woman, hey, you serving your man, right? Submitting yourselves unto your husband as you would to the Lord. Being obedient to your husbands as you would to the Lord. I said husbands. I meant husband. Because it should only have one husband. Right? You shouldn't have multiple. Right? But just something quick and simple, because you can't go wrong with fearing the Lord, man. I know it was one of the previous videos I went into the importance of fearing the Lord. Man, that's your duty. Right? That's our job, man. Our obligation is to fear Yahweh Bashem Shah, man. Not to do whatever you want here now, give or take. Jay got their particular hobbies, whether, you like to game, play basketball, go fishing, or, whatever you like to do in your free time. You like to step out. As long as it's not getting in the way of, ultimately the ministry. All right? As long as it's not hindering you from being able to serve Yahweh Bashem Shah. It's like you. Then you're good, ultimately. Right? As long as you serve the Lord, you're good. But that's all I really had. It was just something quick and simple. The whole duty of man is to fear the Lord and keep His commandments. Ecclesiastes 12, right? Verse, I think 11 through 13, around that area. And for the woman, it's the same thing, but you really should be, trying to find a man, right? The whole reason you was created, that's in Genesis, is to be a helpmeet unto the man. So you're supposed to be submitting yourself unto the man as you would to the Lord. But if you don't have a man, of course, you'll be a servant of the Lord. You'll be fearing him and keep his commandments. But, in that process, you should be looking for a man. Because y'all are made to be under man. Y'all are made to be, ruled over by a man. Right? As it says in Genesis, man, it's not good for man that he should be alone. I shall make a helpmeet for him. Right? Adam and Eve. Right? Eve was given onto Adam as a helpmeet. Not to do whatever she wanted to do. It's to help forward Adam's vision or whatever it was. Supposed to be. And Eve, did what she did as well as Adam. Adam ain't exempt either. But it started with Eve, though. Yeah, that's all I really had. Lord willing, y'all was edified. I made it out by saying, Call halal Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rachakadosh. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. And until next time I say, Shalom, Yeshua.